Hachette Audio presents Necessary Risk. Written by Tara Wyatt. Read by Zoe Hunter. I meant it when I said that I've got you. With his free hand, Sean tucked a strand of hair behind Sierra's ear, tracing his thumb over her cheekbone. His eyes drifted down to her lips, and he couldn't fight it anymore. Clearly he was hell-bent on destruction tonight, because for the first time in his 10 years as a bodyguard, he was going to kiss a client. Cupping her cheek with his uninjured hand, he slowly dipped his head and gently, tenderly closed his mouth over hers. She responded immediately, returning the kiss with a soft sigh. Finally, he was touching her and tasting her just the way he'd wanted since the day they met. Finally. And it was 1,000 times better than he ever could have imagined, and he'd spent a lot of time imagining it. It was the best wrong thing he'd ever done. For my husband Graham, who makes all my heroes look like chumps, I love you. Go Team Falcon! Chapter 1. Sierra Blake glanced up at the bank of lights, and tiny dots danced in front of her eyes. People didn't often realize just how hot stage lights could be. The expression basking in the spotlight, that stray S had to be a typo, because it was more like baking in the spotlight. Sierra, what do you think separates you from other child stars? The 90s Con panel moderator directed the question at her, smoothing a hand down his tie as he glanced at the index cards, clutched in one hand. She took a breath, the prickling threat of sweat teasing along her hairline. God, was she relieved she didn't have to do this daily anymore. She smoothed her hair over her shoulder and ran her hands over the skirt of her cream-colored silk dress. Hundreds of eyes locked onto her, and a zing of adrenaline shot down to her toes. She bit her lip and fingered the shooting star pendant at the base of her throat. You mean, how did I avoid living La Vida Lohan? Laughter bubbled up from the audience, and she relaxed a little. Although it was par for the course at events like this, she'd always hated that question, and the quagmire of emotions it dredged up.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?